So now we're gonna speak some truth. When it comes on to Cash Money, let's clarify that for the world and for everybody who's been saying, there's their naysayers and there's the people the haters, and then there's the people who really don't know nothing, but they're just going with the flow and what other people have to say. So can you clarify that when people say that you were signed to Cash Money, or were you not signed? Everybody, it's the one and only Brooklyn, and welcome to Brooklyn's Tea Talk. No tea, no shade, just some pink lemonade, yes. And as you can see, I am not on my big comfy couch, yes, but we are outside because it's beautiful, enjoying this amazing weather. And I got an amazing artist that's here today to share his story and his truth. So let everybody know who you are and where you're from.
So I go by Keelo D'Ville, and basically a lot of people ask me, where does Keelo come from? Because soon as they hear Keelo, they want to associate that with drugs.
Oh!
And like, I ain't about that life, you know what I mean? Like, me personally, like, Keelo D'Ville stands for Kill the Devil. And the devil is something that, if you really think about it, you know who he is. For me, the devil is in your mind, constantly challenging you and testing your natural abilities to fight against temptations and things like that. So the devil is just anything that is negative. That's how I see it.
Nice.
So Keelo D'Ville is to kill the devil. So remove those negative thoughts from inside.
Nice.
And that's kind of what I'm all about. I'm all about spirituality. I come from a Christian background, and I have a lot to talk about. My project that I'm dropping right now is a very spiritual journey.
Nice.
Very spiritual journey.
Okay, so before we get into your project that you're working on, how did you get started into music? What made you start?
Well, to be honest, like, I think a lot of people can relate to like hardships and struggle. Like me personally, I could say that I'm an emotional person, and like if you put music and emotions together, they are kind of one and the same. Like everything is a frequency and an energy, and like based on because everything is converted into something else. And when my thoughts are going, my natural instinct is to convert and put out. So depending on what I go through or what I experience, I want people to also be able to experience these things, but it's harder to like let them read your mind. So you gotta put them inside your mind with the words and visuals and things like that. But so like for me, music, I started music when I was 13. I started writing poetry just to express myself, and honestly it just turned into something totally different. Now I'm a musician, I'm an artist, and I can't separate myself from being an artist. Like, somebody once asked me, like, what if I told you to stop doing music right now? I wouldn't be able to do it. I would not be able to do it, because music is so embedded into my soul and my blood that I cannot live without it. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when it comes to support, because you said you've been doing it since you were 13.
Yeah.
Who was your support system that had you going, that keeps you going every single day?
So honestly, I'm gonna have to say my support was God, because like I wasn't very like spiritual when I was younger. Like I had no idea like what God was, and God is what He is to anybody that wants to believe in God. But there's always that something, that hunger that is never satisfied with their current circumstances. And like my mom has been through a lot. I've seen her go through a lot. Had a lot of family struggles, and just that hunger and desire to want to get out of that shit, be away from that. That's what kind of like propelled me. Like I see these guys on the TV, and it's like they're living comfortable. They're not surrounded with the shootings and the poverty. You know what I mean? And just seeing these kids going to school, not having the opportunity to wear nice clothes, like that bugged me. And the only thing that I could think of is doing music, man. And not saying that music is the only way to get there, but that is something that I love, and I never really wanted to work a job for someone else. You know what I mean? I wanted to be my own boss, and
yes,
and that's the reason why
I agree.
That's why I'm doing.
Become your own boss. When it comes, like you were talking about, when you mentioned something about like violence and seeing your mom go through a lot and stuff like that as a child. You know what I mean? It was hard for you. So
Most definitely.
did that manifest into your music, like what you seen your mom go through, the struggles that you and your family had to go through?
Well, the thing is, like I said, the whole Kill the Devil thing is right. Constantly, like, there's a voice in my head telling me like, oh, you're never gonna make it, you're never gonna do anything. But like, just by, like, they say with faith, like as small as a mustard seed, like you can overcome anything. And like, just with that faith alone is what allowed me to believe that I could change the circumstances for myself and the people around me. Maybe not 100%, because like sometimes you cannot change people, but you can change you within a sense that you may have the ability to influence and maybe save potential lives.
Facts.
So that's why what I'm searching for, that's what I'm trying to do.
Nice.
People don't always see rap or hip hop as a positive thing, but it can be. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who chose a route of music instead of being in the streets slanging dope and trying to make it out of that. And I can respect that. But everybody has their grind. I just know that one ain't mine.
Facts. You hear that, youngins? You do not have to slang rocks. You do not have to be a gangster shooting people, doing the most in order for you to be successful. Like, there's other outlets and other ways to do that, and I commend you for that, because like what you said, you could have went in any direction and you chose music.
Exactly. Like we all been there into that situation where it's like you could go this way, but at the end of the day, like, you reap what you sow.
Facts. Say that again.
You reap what you sow.
You feel me?
Hear that?
So, I love your energy. I love the fact that you're very spiritual and things like that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your new project, right? You said this project is mainly more spiritual and stuff
Well,
like
I'm
that.
gonna be honest with you. Like, I've been holding off on a lot since I've been 13. I put out a lot of music. Since I've been young, I put out a lot of music. But there's, like I said, there's that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. So I've been like, I'm my biggest critic. So I'm always like judging myself, and I don't think if it's not ready, I won't do anything with it, right? So I've been holding off on music, putting out music to the general public for a long time. So now I've actually gotten the opportunity to like believe in myself, put something together, and I think it's perfect timing, because who I am isn't who I was 10 years ago or however long ago. The person that I am today is like, I know who I want to be and I know where I'm going, and there's nothing that can stop that path. So my project is actually called Exodus, and if you actually if you know a little bit about the Bible, Exodus is like about Moses freeing his people from slavery, and if you like Bob Marley, talk about that mental slavery, emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Bob Marley.
And just to let them know 400 years of slavery is over.
I like that. The man say Kanye. So
people used to say I sound like Kanye still.
So how many tracks are you piecing together to be on this project?
Well, I got I'm aiming for like 18 to 20 tracks.
Are you doing any features on this?
There's a couple features on there. I don't want to really mention too much about the features then, but most of it is produced by me. I produce pretty much the whole
you're a producer as well?
Yeah,
nice.
I produced the whole thing from beats, arrangements, everything. Graphic design for that. I did the whole thing myself. I have my own company now called Divine Media Group. I did everything myself because I've been through a lot of situations where there's one man telling you one thing, and it just gets really messy because you never get to be your creative self, you know, because there's always someone picking your creativity apart. And then, like, for me, for example, the one biggest thing I had is listening to people's beats, because like I might have this melody stuck in my head and I want to get it out, but I never knew how. So I would allow people to make beats for me and record on those, but at the end,
never came out the way.
It never came out the way. The good things came out of it, but it wasn't really me. You know, because I'm a type of guy, like, if I feel something, I feel something, and it just has to happen right there and then. I don't sit and plan my songs. I kind of just like go with it, whatever I'm feeling at that moment. Like, again, the emotions, right?
So you're more of an independent artist, opposed to, if you had the choice, you would go straight independent, because clearly you can write, you can produce, you can mix, you can master, you can design. So basically, it's like, why bring in other? But obviously,
exactly. But the thing is, like,
level,
the thing is too, like they say, like, you can't. How can you be the master of all things, like, if you can't even master one? Right? So it's like mastering, like, exactly, like, you need to be 100% into one thing. And like being an artist, like I'm multi-talented in so many different things.
So am I.
But
don't worry.
but the thing is, like, I could never hold down a job because it doesn't fuel me. You know what I mean? I might be good at it, but I will never give my 100% to it because it's not driving me. So the only thing that gives me 100% is probably my lyricism. Like, out of all the whole music stuff is the lyrics, because like I want people to really hear what I'm saying. You know, visualize what I can see. Because until I can get you to see what I see, then I'm not gonna stop.
Facts.
I mean,
So now we're gonna speak some truth.
let's do it.
When it comes on to cash money, let's clarify that for the world and for everybody who's been saying, you know, there's their naysayers and there's the people the haters, and then there's the people who really don't know nothing, but they're just going with the flow and what other people have to say. So can you clarify that when people say that you were signed to Cash Money, or were you not signed, or were you?
So about the whole Cash Money thing, like that's a big one, because like it's crazy what happened in my situation. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown what happened to me. About maybe 6 years ago, I was just doing music with some producers that I know from Cambridge locally, and somebody messaged me on Facebook, told me that they work for Cash Money, they're A&R, they wanna like me to come out to the studio, see what they can do for me. At the time I had a manager, and you know, I went and showed them all my stuff. They liked it, so they were pretty much trying to get me into some type of deal. Apparently that's what they said. They said they were Cash Money, but I don't 100% know, because I don't really trust anybody.
Yeah, fine.
So, you know, I kind of just went with it. They threw a little release party in Kitchener, and you know, I was living out there for a little bit. I kept going back and forth between Toronto and Waterloo, just because like I got family on both sides, and I tried to make a life for myself there. And those guys just kind of told me like, oh, we can get you to see Birdman and all this stuff, and they're like, but you got to put up the money. Like, we need about $20,000 to get you like a full-fledged project. And like, how many artists who are just wanting to make it through the door have $20,000 just sitting around? Unless they selling drugs, right, or something else, you know. And at that point, like, I'm like thinking to myself, like, is this legit, you know? But I did record some projects in their studio, and I did work with some people. I actually don't have 100% idea like what was going on, but I believe that they were Cash Money. They never went into detail.
When it comes to stuff like that, I believe, like, this is my opinion, guys. I always have to tell these people this. When it comes to investing in artists and things like that, right? I believe if I believe in you that much, that I would invest, and especially if you're coming from Cash Money or any big label like Bad Boy or any one of those big labels. Puffy's not gonna make you put up 20 grand. He's gonna put up that 20 grand because he believes in your
craft. And this is the thing too. Like, they were telling me like, oh, like they have connects with like Birdman and stuff in Miami. They said they worked out of Hit Factory in Miami, and that's where like all the Cash Money artists roll through. Like, even Drake is signed to like has some type of relations with Cash Money. But me personally, like, I was trying to understand how were they gonna take me from my small hometown out here, Toronto, bring me out there. Never been on a plane before. Like, it didn't make any sense to me, and I'm supposed to just front them like 20 racks. Like, that didn't make sense to me. But then again, I could be wrong. But at the same time, I didn't have the money at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, fast forward 6 years later, they are still doing their thing, and so like, I don't know if the opportunity was the right one, but then again, there's a lot of conspiracy around what goes on in the music industry too. Like, you don't know who's who, and you don't know, like, maybe God protected me from something that I'm not supposed to be.
And everything happens for a reason, so maybe.
And I don't like to badmouth any like labels or anything like that, but
No, but if your radar is going up, it's like a woman's intuition. When we know, when we feel, it's like when you feel something's wrong, you could tell something's wrong. It's either your hands get sweaty, you start it's something in your mind keeps telling you that something's not right.
There's a lot more to this story, the whole thing. Maybe one day I'll come out and tell everybody the real details.
No, but that was just a gist of it. But this is good for young artists to know out there that every opportunity that presents itself is not always the best opportunity or the right opportunity for you. You understand? Because there's a lot of people that hit me up on my DMs and like, Brooklyn, can you do this? Can you do that? And it's all good and gravy. But then as soon as you guys start asking me to put up X, Y, and Z amount of bread, I'm like, bro, you came on my Instagram and looked at me and you're trying to holler. You know what I mean? It's not about, oh, you guys think you're too good. No, bro. Like, you need to show me your credentials to let me know who you signed or who you took to a certain level for me to say, okay. But if you're saying, yo, I'm just signed to Cash, or I'm an A&R of Cash Money, okay, show me some of your work.
And that's the thing, though. Like, even me, like at that time, like when I was confronted with them, I wasn't fully who I wanted to be at that point. So my mind wasn't right. So for me to go and take opportunities, it was a divine. Like now I call my own production company Divine Media Group, but I feel like there's a divine presence constantly like helping me make my decisions so I don't mess my life up, because this world right now we're living in is dark, man, and you gotta be really wise to like not fall into the traps.
It's dark and dangerous and it's ridiculous that's going on.
And like I just did a podcast the other day on a little show called Stacking Wisdom. Like we were talking a lot about.
Shout out to Stacking Wisdom.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of stuff too. Like everything is like you are what you think you are type of stuff. You know what I mean?
I know I'm a star. You
know. But a lot of people have to do their homework, man, because like what you see in media isn't really all what it's cracked out to be.
It's really not.
You know what I mean? And that's why I'm trying to spit the truth. So I hope that everybody checks out that Exodus album. Emancipate yourself.
When is it coming out? Let everybody.
Well, I haven't had a final date yet, but probably like end of June. I don't know yet.
Are you gonna have a release party?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure that part out because I'm independent, right? So trying to get that's the one thing too. Like trying to get funding for a lot of these projects is like not the easiest thing to do, because it's like I also have like responsibilities and stuff like that. Like music's a priority to me, but it's like everybody has to survive too, right? Because I'm not no superstar, but I'm not even trying to be no superstar. I'm just trying to like educate, you know, like hustle and motivate type of thing.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Nipsey Hussle.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't like Bob Marley once said something. I was watching an interview. Does having money make you rich? You know what I mean? Does having money make you rich?
First off, does having money make you happy?
Exactly.
Because a lot of rich people have money, but they have rich people problems, and some of their problems, we from the hood look at it like, bro, you're really upset about that? Like, come and live. Like, let's switch lives for a day, and then you guys will know what hard times is. Like, I hate when rich people look at it and say, oh my God, I have all these problems and issues. What problems, real problems, do you guys really have? Then when writing a bad check, whatever, you understand? There's people out here who don't eat, who don't have nowhere to sleep, who are grinding every single day. That's not problems, bro.
When you're walking around with like holes in your socks and your shoes.
You feel me?
Then you really know what's up, man.
Exactly. You trying to figure out what Benz you should drive or what house you should buy, or you understand what I mean? That's you guys' problems. That's called rich people problems, bro.
You could be grateful if you just get just 3 meals a day, you know? And like that's the thing, like everyone's like, oh, I want the iPhone X. But you know, back when I was like growing up, like I was happy to even have like just that flip phone, the LG Keelo.
Yo, I swear to God, tell me the LG flip phone wasn't the best when you're ready to hang up on somebody. That was the best. You hear that?
It's
tip?
crazy. Even like the old, like the whole touch screen thing, you can read your finger. I don't even know why people need like social media is just unnecessary.
What do you think about social media?
That's the thing too. Like I think social media. I use social media, but I think it's I think it has a lot of bad influence because people are so caught up on what's on social media instead of looking at what's right in front of them. Anyways, anybody in relationships, I notice like relationships are falling apart more because like having access to other people is so easy. You know what I mean? Versus like when you didn't have phones around, people would be more like the husbands would probably be more at home with their partners. The wives would be more at home. Now everybody wants to know, oh, where's this person or where's that person? Look, somebody just sent a post. Let me go down to that place. It's too much, but it helps us in today's generation too because we can get that instant communication too. Because if something's happening overseas, then we know right away, right? But there's like negatives and positives. It's just a lot of people want to be what's on social media, even though most majority of it is fake.
It's facts. It's not real, and that's what people fail to understand. A lot of people rent cars and take pictures in front of them. A lot of the Bow Wow did it. There's many celebrities that rent shit, and even there's many celebrities that even call paparazzis on themselves to you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you guys think it's real. It's really not. Like
that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. Like media itself, like because I'm a truth person, like what you see isn't what it seems. Like a lot of people, like these artists that you see are wearing, like most of these things that they wearing is fake, and they're not gonna tell you that, but you think it's real, and then you want to go buy it and spend your hard-earned money to buy something, even though like even money itself has no value. You know what I mean? It's paper, right? Just like everything else, right? It has no value. The value that we have really and truly is ourselves. But people don't want to like open their mind and see that you are the money. And when people realize that, then they can break out of slavery. But we're still, like Kanye said, we're still in modern day slavery.
He's kind of crazy, but I love Kanye. He's real, but he's a musical genius.
You see, this is the type of stuff that they don't want artists to talk about.
I know.
Why? Because this is the stuff that got Pac killed.
No, I know, but Kanye is he's a madman sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Kanye.
I got to see him perform at the Yeezus back when he came out here. Like this was like maybe 6-7 years ago.
I want.
Today's the day that it dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today's the. I think it's 4 years, 6 years.
Yeah.
Or graduation. I want those Kanye's back.
And I feel like with this whole Sunday thing that he's doing now, it's kind of like it reminds me of that era. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, as people are growing, like, it's very hard to stay relevant. And I feel like Kanye also like wants to stay relevant as well, but it's difficult because there's all these younger people coming out with this and that and this, but Kanye's
those things where nowadays these youths and stuff are being real hella disrespectful to the legends that come into the game and calling them old and doing all that type of stuff. They have to remember that the Kanyes, the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, all these people, you know what I mean, basically the Little Kims, the Foxies, they paved the way.
Giving credit to the OGs, and
and it pisses me off.
I'm noticing it. They want to take like this
all the credit, like they invented this shit. No, you did not.
Everything came from somewhere.
Thank you.
Everything came from
you understand?
Yeah.
Like it came from you. I feel like when you come into the game, you pay homage to those who paved the way for you. It's that simple, hands down. It's like when this generation now gets older and the younger generation comes up, they're gonna want them to give them the same type of
That's the problem too. What I don't want to badmouth artists of this generation, but what are you guys teaching the youth?
Nothing. To pop pills, to have sex,
really and truly.
Sex.
What are you
slowly
guys
but surely, if you listen to the Dave East and these rappers that are coming out,
those guys are sick.
These guys, but I'm saying they're slowly bringing back real rap.
Yeah.
They're slowly and other.
That's why I can't wait
artists.
till people hear my project.
I can't wait either.
Because me personally, like I try to. I'm more lyricist, right? So I try to spit like things that
you're like a Common.
Content filled.
Are you like Common? And I love Common. Common always spits real.
I'm gonna
shit.
let the audience decide that because I want you.
No, I don't mean like. Are you like Common? I mean like you see how Common's always spitting those type of and Kendrick Lamar and those.
Yeah, well, like I like J. Cole a lot too.
Ooh, that's my boy.
So J. Cole.
Shout out to J. Cole, boy.
Yeah, I fuck with all that type of stuff, you know. Like I just can't wait till everybody hears my project because
we can't wait either.
Because no one knows what's going on in here until I put it out there, and you know, like music is a journey because there's a lot of things I've had to avoid. Certain topics I can't talk about. You know what I mean? But here we are. Here we are.
So before because it's getting a little bit dark and stuff, and the lighting or whatever. Were you at the Raptors Parade yesterday?
I didn't make it all the way to Nathan Phillips Square, but I was out there promoting my track Northside.
I be the nigga from the north side. Competition, opposition, know the boy fly. That's that shine on my neck. 24 carats, I grind for that check. Katie Cheddar doing better, so they envy. Lotus fly out of stones, making gems bleed. Damn, I got the whole hood crazy. Fuck, I hate my flows, butter and gravy. Roll the dice and pass go, fiasco. All my niggas straight like Rambo and Castro. Natural born sinner shit, Cambo, Commando. I get it rockin' like Red and Vodka, we poppin'. Different planet, Tropicana with some Xanax. Rapid bandit, panoramic. I can make your motherfucker world spin. Put your ass in the days like a whirlwind. I be the nigga from the north side. Competition, opposition, know the boy fly. That's that shine on my neck. 24 carats, I grind for that check. Katie Cheddar doing better, so they envy. Lotus fly out of stones, making gems bleed. Damn, I got the whole hood crazy. Fuck, I hate my flows, butter and gravy. Everybody know I'ma get it, man, give me credit. I'm working, I'm independent, devoted, and I ain't finished. And now I'm in the business, I'ma switch lanes. I put the soul in the music, bitch, I'm Rick James. Woo. I ain't never tripped, cause my flow so hype, bag tight like crack. I don't really chill on the strip, sippin' Henny, getting lit, money talking, getting rich like that. I'ma put my name up, ho. Fire flame, spit it every page I flow. Got no competition, ain't dissing, I'm just persistent. Fresh up out the kitchen, and I ain't really feeling chicken. I'm in the universe, I put in work, no planet dirt. My mind gone, so I can't converse. I don't rehearse, I back it up, I wrap it up. I keep them jumping, repetition, so efficient, so dismissive, so explicit. I'm ballistic, shooting pistons, rounded fists when I'm defensive. Independent, so relentless, I'ma give it to him.
Is that the one that was being disrespectful and signing autographs downtown?
Shout out Royce.
Does he have the laugh though?
I don't know.
You have to get the if you don't have the laugh yet, watch the tape over and over and get the laugh.
Shout out Royce one time. And
come on my show, Leonard, Kawhi.
Exactly.
Come, holla at me, man.
Exactly, and also too, like I want people to check out my North Side track. I just dropped it. You know, if you guys are from the North, you know, check it out. You guys can find it on YouTube and all platforms. So make sure you guys show some love to the Raptors one time. And I was down there, but I wasn't in Nathan Phillips Square because there was too much stuff going on over there. I was just telling homeboy that when there's like too many people, like look what happened. Look what happened. Because men have ego. So you never know. It ruins all the like positivity that we're bringing out. For the
exactly.
city, right?
And yesterday was a historic moment that should have been supported by love and you know, bringing communities together, because that's basically what it did. You brought people from everywhere, all provinces, to come and witness history in the making. You understand? Who would have ever thought the Raptors would have ever won the championship? But then
again, it's like you can't control every person.
It's not about that, but you also listen. How I look at it, like Cleveland, when they had their championship, did you ever hear gunshots beating off? Exactly. When Jordan won the championship, when Golden State won it, when Spurs won it, and Kawhi was on that team. You understand what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's a time and place for everything. We already know our city, what our city is known for. Like, we people that live here. But people from the outside already said that we're crazy fans for the way we disrespected Golden State, the way we disrespected our own town by vandalizing.
It's just because we have love for our
I understand that, but there's ways of showing love. And me, it's like, I knew everybody was going to go down there. You're basically going there with your head back wide open. Everybody. You understand? Everyone's letting their guards down, because the last thing you're going to think is, yo, no man's going to come for me. There's going to be like millions of people. Like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to go chill with my peoples for the days to celebrate. But at the same time, you may be on that type of time, but homeboy over there is not on that type of time. You understand what I mean? Going there with screw faces, ready to do stuff, running with gats and stuff. There's kids there. There's elderly people.
And that's the type of thing, like that's why those are not the type of things that I talk about in my music.
Thank you, Jesus.
You know, like me personally, I can't like say that I ain't been around things, but it's like, it's one of those sticky situations, you know? Like sticky situations. Like, you want to spread positive stuff, but you also want to spit the truth too.
It's facts.
Because you can't deny what goes around.
Listen, I love Toronto. I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Toronto. I love both. I've seen the nitty gritty in the streets of Brooklyn. I've seen the nitty. I've lived in the hood, which is Jane and Finch. And it's just like, bro, it gets no more hood than that. Like, you understand? Village gets no more hood than where I grew up. My family in Jamaica is from Tivoli, so like, as you guys can see, I came from hood to hood to hood. So it's like, bro, at the end of the day, we know what our city's about. Exactly. But we don't need to let the outside people see that. You understand? It was supposed to be a historic moment, and you know what? You live and you learn. We can't, you know what I mean? It was a great celebration. I never got to go down there because I had to work. I wasn't trying to get fired, but you already know what time it is. But yeah, So I love the fact that you're about positivity. I want you to keep that same energy.
Of course, man.
When you have a next video, hopefully you will run it through us and we can drop it for you.
Of course,
hopefully
of course.
you can come back and sit down and chill.
Don't worry, man. I got, like I said, like as long as I got something going up on here, I got bare things.
Yes, and we're not going to talk about everything because we're going to want him to come back and chop it up with us. As you guys know, it's Brooklyn. Let everybody know where they can find your music.
So you guys can find me at Keelo D'Ville on Instagram, everywhere. Like, you guys can definitely check out Northside and yeah,
on YouTube.
Yeah, and you guys, I have 2 other music videos for you. I'm in the K and the Drift, and then you guys can also just hit me up on Instagram for sure.
Facts.
Right.
Yes, honey. So it's the one and only Brooklyn. As you guys can see, I am out for the day. And to all y'all Torontonians, I know you guys are gonna look at me and say, Brooklyn, you told us we were gonna go. You know, they were gonna beat us in Game 7. I thought, you know what I mean,
You
because
have to give them 6-0.
No. I'm not even gonna lie. I give credit where credit's due. I'm not a hater. So once again, shout out to all the Raptor fans. Congratulations to the city of Toronto for winning that chip. You already know what time it is. And Golden State, we will be back next year. Show love all day, every day. It's the one and only Brooklyn, and I am out.